As I was saying in a short yesterday, I'm going to start doing videos where I talk about Marvel rival characters. And first on the bat is Squirrel Girl, who is my main and the only one I've loaded so far. And I know what a lot of people have to say about Squirrel Girl. They're like, oh, she takes no skill, she's easy. And you were right, she's pretty easy if you know how to use her. But a lot of people, when they play Squirrel Girl, right? And I see this in quick play because it's casual and stuff like that. They usually choose a spot, like let's say it's fucking up here, and they say here, and let's say the place you have to capture, or the whatever you're escorting is over there, and they just go. They just do that, right? And the shockwaves kill people, whatever. But after all the hours I spent lording this girl, I know the proper way to play Squirrel Girl is to constantly move so that they cannot hit you. You have to be on the move. And yeah, sure, your accuracy can fall, but if it's a crowd of people, eventually you're gonna get what you want, right? So that's a good way to think about it. Just movement. Honestly, this goes for many DPS. If you're stationary, you're going to fail, like hilariously so. But this is for anyone who wants to pick up Squirrel Girl. The spacebar, if you're on computer, is your friend. So you want to jump, you want to keep going, and you want to pop your recharge at the right time. Either like when you have a break moment so that you're all recharged, or like you're in the middle of a battle and you want to keep going, right? So do all that, and that is something you want to do. Now, hold on, let me... no ability cooldown. I thought I could activate her team up ability, but which is with Iron Man. So if you're ever on a team with an Iron Man Squirrel Girl, something you want to do is get that Squirrel Missile. It's really good. But now one of the things that's very important to her, and it's a requirement for getting Lord, is her stun ability. Because listen, if you're just throwing it and you're like I used to, and you're just boom, it will bounce all over the place and probably miss. So what you gotta do is, let's say the enemy team is right there. They're right in front of you, right? And you're going towards them. You're battling them, whatever you're doing, whatever you can, right? Now, if you have other DPS or tanks or a Jeff, for instance, you have to time it at the right moment. So, and you have to aim. So you have to charge, and then at the right moment, boom. And then you get them. They're stunned. So you gotta time it at the right moment, and then you get what you want. Now, that's enough about the gameplay. Let me tell you about how I think about her as a character to play. Honestly, when I first started playing her, I didn't know what I was doing. Like, I had a long time of not playing Squirrel Girl or Marvel Rivals for that matter, right? I always remember the melee button. It's important. Especially if you get, like, into a close quarter combat battle, and you're like, oh shit, what do I do? But, after I started getting into her, she's a lot more difficult than many may think. They're like, oh, she's simple, she just throws shockwaves. No, if you don't know how to play Squirrel Girl, and you aren't passionate about her like I am, people can easily evade her attacks. Look, take a look at this. Like, as long as they're moving, she's not that accurate, even with the explosions. But if you know what you're doing, that's not what I meant to do. By the way, that ult is very easy to not only cancel, but also to avoid. Because, so only fire your ult when you know for sure you're gonna hit some people. Right? Because otherwise, it'll just go over the place. They can jump over it. They can destroy it, for one. So if they're all grouped up and they're distracted with the rest of your team or something like that, that's when you pop the ult. Oh, here, look. Iron Man, where are you? Oh. So you can see that's the Iron Squirrel ability. It hones in and it causes a shockwave, right? So It's a very handyable squirrel missile. So that's something you want to do.
Enemies on approach.
Clear simulation. Now I'm stuck as Iron Man. That's not what I wanted to do. But that is something you should keep in mind when it comes to playing. Use your ult at the right time, because otherwise you will get into a lot of shitty situations that make it like really difficult to play. But if you learn her right, you can really turn a game around. You can really... Okay, let's say this is their spawn point, right? The health. You can keep them in there, and my favorite part is that if she's in spawn, and I don't know if all characters can do this, but she's great at taking care of campers because she can fire from within the little safe zone. So it's really handy in that regard. See, I missed. It's not always accurate. You can't fire it willy-nilly. Right? You can't fire that thing willy-nilly or else you're going to have some problems. You got to time it, and then you get it, right? Now, let's say...
they don't look friendly.
Let's say you wanted to do what I said earlier, and you wanted to pop your ult at the right time. What you do there is you go over here. Okay, you see the team? They're distracted with your team. Okay, just wait for them to respond, you know, all that. Come back. Okay, and then boom, and then you follow it up with your own attacks, because the ult may damage them, but it destroying and killing them is not guaranteed. So you want to go in there and you want to do your best, right? So, and might I say that Squirrel Girl is heavily recommended on mouse and keyboard for the aiming, because trying to do that on a controller, it sounds like hell. So, yes, she may be the quote-unquote easiest character, and people have refused to play with me because I'm a Squirrel Girl, right? They're like, oh, she takes no skill. So clearly this person isn't good at the game. But if you learn how to play her, you can get really good at just taking out the characters and the enemies. Oh, God. Now, I'm not saying I'm a professional at Marvel Rivals at all. I don't play competitive. I just play this game for fun. But just because you play the game for fun doesn't mean you can't get good at the game, because taking pride in what you do is always important, right? So you can get good at your character, you can practice, and a lot of people may get salty if you're trying out a new character and they're like, you suck at the game. You're like, bro, I just want to try a new character. It's quick play. Or even bot play. People have gotten mad at people for practicing in bot play. It's like, bro, it's bot. It's not ranked, chill. But it's a salty game, and people have explained to me that some people get banned from comp, so they go into quick play, and comp also doesn't have crossplay, so they have to play quick play to play with their friends or whatever. So that's another reason why some people may get salty and may get annoyed. So that's something to keep in mind. So if you're interested in playing Squirrel Girl, know that, yes, she's on paper one of the easiest characters, but if you want to be really good with her and unpredictable and annoying to everyone, then you have to take pride in her and get good. And take passion in learning how to aim. Even I suck at aiming sometimes, like, right? You have to make sure you get used to the shockwaves, because they are your friend. But if you want to just, like, aim them head on, like, you want to hit them head on, you can do that too. Bam, bam, because it does more damage. So, it is important. But yeah, always move, always never stay still, so they can't hit you in back, right? And never be predictable as Squirrel Girl, because otherwise they're going to take advantage of that and you're not going to have a good time. Use the stun, use your ult at the right time, and just use it to clear the way, because it will help. Because if you don't, well, then you're going to have a bad time in general with Squirrel Girl. Because yes, if you turn your brain off, you can just hit people who aren't dodging, but if they're dodging, you're not going to rack up any kills, okay? because that's the thing. Each character has their own gimmicks and tricks, and if you're not paying attention to that, you will have problems. So, I'm sure there will be people in the comments going, that's wrong about Squirrel Girl or whatever, and that's fine. This is just my opinion piece and what I think about her after getting her to Lord. So, all in all, that's what I have to say about this character. So if you want to pick her up, take what I say in mind and give her a shot. Maybe you'll like her and get as good as her or as bad as her as I am. Because you never know. I'm like, there are better Squirrel Girls out there than me, even ones who aren't Lorded, because they're just better at the game. So, anyways, that's my piece. Be sure to leave a comment, like, subscribe, tell me what character you might want to see next. Because right now I'm only doing the characters I played. So, with that said, I'll be seeing you in the next video. Bye-bye.